Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. Well, now's not the best time. Right. Oh, really? What channel? All right, I'll check it out.
That Maybeth?
Yeah, you know, we really couldn't help overhearing.
Right.
So when are we gonna get to meet this mystery woman?
Yeah, you know, I'm beginning to think she's like a figment of your imagination.
Well, my imagination's working overtime. Her boss is doing a live press conference. Maybe we'll catch a glimpse.
Hey.
Worth a shot?
Just a single dollar bill. On its own, it's insignificant. Just like the average guy feels every day. But, like that average guy, you put a bunch of them together and there's no stopping them. As founder of Van Dusen Empowerment Training, I've made my own dreams and the dreams of so many men and women like me
come true. And now, we'd like to give a little back to the city we love. I've asked every seminar participant to contribute to the Bulletproof Bucks Fund $1 each. And just as these men and women found empowerment numbers, this humble dollar does too, becoming one of a million.
That's right.
Which I'll match with a check for $1 million of my own. Making it $2 million. Enough to equip every police officer in Metro with a bulletproof vest.
The streets in the pursuit of justice. Its origins are secret. Its technology, 21st century. Its existence, officially disavowed. But its presence, undeniable. Perfect weapon or an imperfect future. Viper.
Agent Catlett! Agent Catlett! Is Robert's going to be handling this case?
If you'll follow me upstairs, I have a statement for all of you.
I'm going to go upstairs.
Tom, this is awful.
I'm glad you're okay. Maybeth, this is my partner, Cameron Westlake.
Nice to finally meet you.
Same here.
We saw it all on TV.
Well, then you saw more than I did. It was all just a blur of sound. I've never been so scared in my life.
Sometimes it's harder to tell who's thicker, the press or the police.
Agent Tom Cole, Detective Westlake. This is Walker Van Dusen and Elliot Peoples.
Nice to meet you. So what's your take on this, Mr. Van Dusen?
Well, I think it's tragically ironic that a police officer should be killed trying to stop the robbery of money to pay for his bulletproof vest. Of course, Van Dusen empowerment training will make up for the loss of the $1 million in singles.
As well as matching the late officer's
When
pension.
an officer is killed in the line of duty, those of us in law enforcement must exercise extreme care in the ensuing investigation. Due to the sensitive nature of this case, the mayor has asked my office to handle things.
That's FBI agent Sherman Catlett. We'll be working with him.
Nice to meet you.
Excuse me. See you later.
Right?
Dinner.
Right.
Dinner, right. I can't get enough of you.
Yeah, it must be the car. Chicks dig the car.
Chicks? Well, personally, I've always felt that driving this kind of car was just another way of dealing with deep-seated feelings of inadequacy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How's that for inadequacy?
Dinner.
Right,
Right.
dinner. Told you, it was the car.
Hey, how was dinner?
Dinner?
Yeah, dinner last night. You, Maybeth.
We ordered in. What's up?
We got an ID on the thief. His name's Gary Pohl. Career criminal, strictly small time.
Yeah, but what I don't get is how does a two-bit grifter pull off a heist like that?
Well, he doesn't. I doubt Pohl's the brains of the outfit.
Yeah, well, none of his associates are rocket scientists either. He was busted twice for armed robbery with this schmo, Richard Sternweiss.
Yeah, now, we didn't get a local address for Pohl, but I did find an R. Sternweiss on the east side.
Mrs. Cole? What? I'll be right there. Catlett pulled Maybeth in for questioning on the robbery. You guys follow up on Pohl. I'll handle this.
You sure?
I'm positive. What the hell is going on here, Catlett?
I understand you've been dating this Maybeth Andrews.
Yeah, so?
Then I suggest you excuse yourself from this case.
Forget it. Now, why'd you bring her in?
This thing has all the earmarks of an inside job. She's our likeliest suspect. She handled all the details with the armored car company.
That's pretty thin, Catlett.
Well, it gets thicker. Her rap sheet. Your girlfriend isn't the goody two-shoes she pretends to be.
It was about 7 years ago. I answered a classified ad for an escort service. I thought it was on the up and up. I mean, who knew?
But then you're sentenced to 3 years for blackmailing a client.
Yeah, I was innocent then, and I'm innocent now.
You got 3 years, but you only did 10 months?
Yes. Good behavior. I got out, I changed my name, and I tried to make a new start of it.
And the first thing you do is lie on your application to Van Dusen.
He never would have hired me otherwise. I'll say it again, I had nothing to do with this robbery. And unless you've got any more dirt you want to throw at me, I'm leaving.
Well, just don't leave town.
Tom.
I'll call you later.
Get it while you can, Cole. Because if she did this, she's going back to jail for a long time.
Mrs. Sternweiss, I'm Detective Westlake.
Ex-Mrs. Sternweiss. I divorced Rich while I was inside.
I see. Can I come in?
Sure. What's this about?
Did you hear about the robbery and murder that took place yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it on TV.
Well, the thief that was killed was identified as Gary Pohl, an associate of your ex-husband's.
Oh, God, I knew Gary, but I haven't heard or seen from Rich or any of those guys since he got out.
Well, we believe he's involved in the robbery.
Rich? $1 million? That's a laugh. Look, Rich never got more than $500 at a time.
Any idea where he might be living?
Not a clue. Look, I'm sorry I can't be more help, but to tell you the truth, getting rid of Rich was the best thing I ever did.
So you remarry?
Nope. I'm alone. And I like it that way.
All right. Well, tell you what, here's my card. If you think of anything pertinent, let me know.
Hey, I wouldn't hold your breath if I were you. I'm fired?
I'm sorry, Maybeth, but I have no choice. When I heard you were arrested...
I wasn't arrested. I was just brought in for questioning. Wait, how do you... Did Catlett call you?
Yes.
God, oh, creep.
You completely fabricated your resume when I hired you.
Van, I am sorry I misled you.
Lawyers mislead. You lied.
I was just trying to put an ugly episode from my past behind me.
She deserves a second chance, Van. Isn't that what this company's all about?
I understand that, Elliot. But we have clients to answer to. What do people think if I've got an ex-felon working for me?
I think you jumped the gun. She's not even a suspect, for God's sake. Firing her only makes her look guiltier.
I moved the armored car. They'll never find it where I hid it.
Good.
You always did set a nice table, Wanda.
Just because we're a little down on our luck doesn't mean we have to live like it.
And we're not going to be down for long. I just wish it was in bigger bills. Do you know how much space a million in singles takes up? Gary said he knew somebody would take it off our hands. I never got the guy's name.
Poor Gary.
Yeah. But he knew what he was getting into.
Cool. So I just caught a glimpse of Rich in with the ex-Mrs. Sternweiss.
All right, I'm on my way. What about Catlett?
Yeah, he's en route. He's been calling me every 15 minutes, driving me nuts. He said he's keeping tabs. See you when you get here.
I'll take the front, come around, cover the alley.
Come on, they're not going anywhere. Cole will be here in a minute.
The hell with Cole. He snoozes, he loses.
When do you want to leave?
After dark. By the time they figure out the armored car's gone, we'll be out of the state.
FBI, open up!
Be careful.
Give it up, Sternweiss. You're surrounded.
Well, the lab says it was C4 wired to detonate off the ignition.
Yeah, but who said it? And why? And what happened to Wanda?
She escaped through a cellar door.
Yeah, well, if it weren't for your cowboy tactics, we'd have them both alive.
What do you got?
You're not gonna like it.
Figures.
It's a copy of the original found in the house. It's a map of the armored car route sent by fax from Maybeth Andrews' office to Richard Sternweiss. Now, I've brought her in for questioning. Again. And I have to insist that you excuse yourself from this investigation.
I don't know anybody named Sternweiss. And anybody could have used my fax machine. Look, either charge me with something or leave me alone.
Oh, I'd like nothing better, believe me. But this is an ongoing investigation. And until we have more information, one way or the other, this is the way it's gonna be.
Well, then I guess I better get used to having you around. Because you couldn't find your ass with a roadmap.
Maybeth.
What? You want to interrogate me too? I'm sorry.
You need to back off yet.
She's involved in this robbery. I can smell it.
Come on, it's an obvious setup.
Yeah, obvious to you and you alone. Let's face it, Cole, you're not really thinking about this one up here. You know what I mean?
You believe this guy?
Well,
Well, what the hell does that mean?
it means I think that Catlett may be right about Maybeth.
Thank you.
But I also think that you're running this investigation like an out-of-control cowboy.
You think she's guilty?
I think there's a good chance she did it. But let's face it, the money is still out there. We have to keep our minds open about who could have been the brains behind this heist.
What about Wanda Sternweiss?
I don't think you've met Wanda. She doesn't strike me as the criminal mastermind type.
Maybeth does.
All right. I'll see what I can do about bringing Wanda in.
You do that, Westlake. Keep me posted. I'm gonna go dig around in Maybeth's life a little bit. Just to see if there might be a money trail. Let's keep those lines of communication open, huh?
Cole, I hope you realize this isn't a matter of taking sides. But Catlett's dead right about one thing. You've got way too much tied up in this personally.
I'm gonna check out Constance Menzies. She ran the escort service Maybeth worked for. Maybe she can shed some light on this.
I'd like to have a look around if you don't mind.
Oh, and if I do mind?
Well, then I have a warrant. Thank you.
The money's in the Bible.
Sarcasm's uncalled for.
So is harassment.
I'm not harassing you. I have to follow up on every lead.
Why is it I get the feeling that I'm the only lead you've got? How about finding out who is setting me up and why?
Can't seem to find anyone who might have a motive for framing you.
Be careful with that.
Look, I'm just doing my job.
Oh, right. The official lame excuse of petty bureaucrats the world over.
All right, look.
Or are you just trying to create a really big case for yourself, full of everyone's favorite ingredients? Sex, money, death.
Sure, I remember Maybeth. She was a real hot ticket for me back then.
So you're not denying that you were...
The most notorious madam this town's seen since Prohibition. Look around. It made my fortune.
What can you tell me about her arrest?
Maybeth tried to blackmail one of my best clients. He blew the whistle. She did her time.
According to our case files, you were arrested too.
They released me. I was never booked. What exactly do you want, Mr. Cole?
I want your client list. See if anyone on it is trying to frame Maybeth.
Forget it. As long as those names are kept a secret, I'm left alone. And furthermore, I put my past behind me, just like she did.
Well, I could subpoena your list.
Don't waste your time. There isn't a judge in this city that would let that list go public.
Well, we'll see.
Going so soon? Oh, too bad. I have a fabulous Merlot 67, imported for me personally.
Sorry, but I never drink fabulous Merlots past 62. Never know where they've been.
You don't know what you're missing. Lovely talking to you, Mr. Cole. Sorry I couldn't be any more help.
Thanks for the lift, Detective.
No problem.
Ben and I grew up in this neighborhood. We both worked in this place, selling everything from pretzels to peanuts when we were kids.
Well, you've come a long way.
Yeah. But what we are, we learned on these streets. How to hustle, how to sell, how to work a crowd. That's why we bought this place. Turn it into a seminar center. Revitalize the neighborhood.
Strange, I was just thinking about how much I loved this place back then. How much I hated the maelstroms for selling us out and moving to the suburbs.
You remember Detective Westlake? I've already had a look at the back of the office.
Do you recognize any of these people?
I'm afraid not. Should I?
The two of them were the gunman that stole the armored car. The woman we believe is an accomplice.
Police think that she might have the money now. 2 men are dead.
Everything happened so fast.
Could they have been seminar participants, maybe?
Maybe, but they don't look like they have the cash to pay for one of our seminars.
Takes big bucks to make big bucks, I guess.
Frankly, I wish you'd close the case and be done with it.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
The negative publicity is hurting us.
Yes, not to mention the dead cop. Well, if you think of anything, give me a call.
Thank you.
Well, what do you think?
Exactly what we want.
Yeah, particularly after you got the price down. You know what? I think you had that realtor eating out of the palm of your hand. Well, see you Monday morning.
Had chance, loser. Come Monday, I'm history.
Careful, Elliot. You never know who reads lips these days. Even backwards in a rear-view mirror.
There are days when I'm not entirely convinced Van can read, period.
And that's one of your problems. You know just enough to think you know everything. You outsmart yourself.
Is there a point to this?
They moved the armored car out of the garage. Well, that shut you up, didn't it? I told you it was better to kill Sternwise after we got the money.
So what are we gonna do?
We find Wanda before the cops do.
They've got pictures of her. I've seen them.
The pictures, kind of middle-class, housewifey.
Yeah.
Fine. While the cops turn the city upside down looking for little Miss Homemaker, you nail her in her new look. Sergei called me the minute she walked into the salon.
You think she'd be smart enough to go to another hairstylist?
Why? Wanda has no idea I have anything to do with this. I'm parked out back. Now you find Wanda and get the cash.
And then you and I give money laundering a whole new meaning.
This is a big adjustment for me, Maybeth. I mean, I had an entirely different picture of who you were.
Right. Okay, so last week I was a saint. This week I'm a fallen woman. Who knows who I'll be next week?
Come on, I'm not the one with the secret past.
And nothing's been the same since you found out.
Well, it would have been nice if I didn't find out from reading your rap sheet. I mean, think about it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't completely honest with you.
Completely honest? You lied about everything.
I was a naive, stupid, crazy kid, and I paid for it. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't change a minute of it. You know, because I found out a lot about how the world really works.
I'll bet it did.
Now, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Well, are you trying to tell me that you never went over the edge when you were a kid?
No, but...
And how would you feel now if the whole world was judging you on all the crap you pulled back then?
Look, I understand. But it's different for me.
Different my ass. You do it and you're one of the guys. I do it and they call me a slut. How fair is that?
You're right. I hate to admit it, but you're right. That is pretty much how I was looking at things.
That's a start. So what are we gonna do now?
Start over.
You put two people together and it's never simple. Look, I swear to God, Tom, I had nothing to do with this robbery.
I know. But I'm not the one we need to convince. Now, you need to kick me out of here so I can go back to work.
Oh.
So what do you have for me, Frankie?
Cole, from what I could dig up, this Constant Menzies got into a little hot water with the SEC last year, especially when they found out her silent partner in the real estate business was the Hong Kong crime cartel. Talk about establishing international relations, huh? Anyway, she's been in Metro fronting for the triads, buying property, investing in businesses, possibly even laundering dope money.
I'm gonna take a deeper look at this Miss Menzies.
Well, I hope you have better luck than I did with Wanda. It's as if she pulled a disappearing act.
Nothing at all, huh?
Total bust. And Van Dusen seems to think we should just throw Maybeth in the slammer.
Yeah, and you know, it's not me. Okay, this Wanda has no credit cards, no bank account, not even a driver's license. So it wouldn't be hard for Wanda to pull a Houdini, if you know what I mean.
Why pay for a cab when you can ride with us for free?
Nice to see you again, Wanda. Particularly looking so well.
Who are you?
Your old boss says hello.
My old boss?
She'd kind of be terrible hurt if she knew you'd forgotten her so soon. She recommended we use your late husband and his friend Gary for this job.
No, I don't.
Now, where's my money?
Here you go, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello?
Our lost little girl isn't lost anymore. Assuming she's being straight with me, we'll have the money any minute.
Just don't let her try to pull anything over on you.
Hold on a second, Connie.
As far as I can tell, it's all here.
Minus what she spent on her hair and a new outfit.
You said you'd let me go if I told you where the money was.
Relax. Take her home. Connie.
It's about time.
Sorry that took so long, but we're now ready for phase 2.
No!
This is a diagram of the alarm system at Constance Menzies' apartment. There's no way we're gonna get through this maze without a little luck.
Hey, Westlake. I see. All right, thanks. That was Metropole. They found Wanda's body dumped along a freeway, shot twice. I'm gonna head over to the crime scene, see what they got for us.
Frankie should be checking in soon. I might as well get into position. Yes, ma'am.
man. This is a beautiful car.
Just say open sesame and you're in. Thanks.
Days I'd forget my head if it weren't attached.
Cole, she's back. She's on her way up.
Well, you gotta stall her, Frankie.
It's too late. Get out of there now.
Empowerment seminars.
Hi, Charlotte. It's Maybeth.
Oh, hey. Sorry about losing your job and all.
Thanks. Is Mr. Van Dusen still in the office?
No. He split early for the weekend.
Is Elliot around?
Mr. Peoples is over at the arena. He'll be checking in. You want to leave a message?
No, thanks.
Listen, Maybeth.
What?
What was it like?
What was what like?
You know, living the wild life.
It was like spending 10 months locked up for something you didn't do. Goodbye, Charlotte.
The mini diskettes are Constance's client and talent list. Some of the clients are doozies, believe me. I ran a global on the names and I came up with a couple interesting hits. You're not gonna dig this, Cole. Maybeth Andrews, Wanda Sternweiss.
So Wanda was one of Constance's girls, too. This is the connection we've been looking for. This definitely links Maybeth to the robbery.
Hang on. Not so fast. Who's to say Wanda and the others aren't using Maybeth as a patsy?
Cole, come on, you're blinded by lust.
She's got a point, Cole.
Look, Constance threw Maybeth to the wolves 7 years ago. Why would they partner up again now?
Greed soothes a lot of wounds.
There you go.
What about the Chinese documents I found in a safe?
Communications from her triad bosses in Hong Kong, maybe.
How long before you can give me a translation?
Shouldn't take that long.
Cole. How far are you going to have to go before you face the facts? I hate to say, but everything leads right to Maybeth.
Just get the translation, Frankie.
Are you out of your mind? We're working with flammables here. One spark and everything will go up in flames.
All right. So how we doing?
Well, everything's going perfectly and right on schedule. First, we we bleach the singles white, leaving us with the perfect piece of paper. Use the same inks as the mint and computer graphics to adjust the serial numbers to create the perfect fake 100, printed right on top of a lowly $1 bill.
You're brilliant, Elliot.
Well, I think we have to thank Van for his bulletproof bucks idea. From an idiot comes the occasional stroke of genius.
Thought you could ditch me, huh? Come on. Excuse me, Mr. Peoples, but this little lady has been eavesdropping on you and your friends.
Really? Well, it's too bad you didn't come around to more than those around Maybeth. We'd have been out of here. But I guess if you're dead, it doesn't really matter if you're innocent or not. Does it?
Purchase orders payable to a Hong Kong firm with triad connections for bleach and dyes. Identical to the ink in U.S. currency. You ask any counterfeiter, the toughest part of the job, they'll tell you it's the paper.
They stole the singles for the paper.
So the bleach is... it's money laundering.
Literally. Now they're gonna need tanks and vents in a place big enough to do it in.
The Maelstrom Arena.
That's it.
You know, the sooner we're finished, the sooner we can be on our way.
What do you say?
You know, you could give us a hand.
These nails don't get near anything that even vaguely resembles manual labor.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Your timing sucks.
We're ready here, Connie.
Sorry we had to frame you, honey. But we needed a distraction. You were available. My Asian contacts will give us $25 for each fake 100. That's $25 million for us. All from just a little million. And now, we're gonna make it look like you died tragically, struggling over your gun.
Making a break for it.
The hell with that.
All right, well, if I haven't been clear, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. I'd have done the same if I was in your shoes. You, on the other hand.
You're getting started.
Yes, sir.
As of this morning, all of Metropol's officers are being equipped with vests exactly like these, thanks to the diligent efforts of Metro's Special Projects Unit. I'd also like to take this opportunity to publicly apologize to Miss Maybeth Andrews and to offer her an executive position with Van Dusen Empowerment Training Incorporated. What do you say, Maybeth?
Thank you for the offer, Mr. Van Dusen, but I think not. I want nothing to do with you or your company. You threw me to the wolves, and now that it's good for your PR, you want me back. Well, to hell with you. Oh, one more thing. I'm not finished. I've signed a book and a movie deal telling my story, and you can bet that at least one chapter will be on the cowardice of this so-called self-help guru. Thanks for the empowerment, Van.
Nice job.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
First of all, I want to thank you for never giving up your belief in my innocence. This is really difficult for me because I do have feelings for you. And part of me doesn't want to do it. But this situation has stirred memories of a life I used to lead.
But that's all behind you, Maybeth.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be. The woman I was would love the life that I would have with you. But the woman I am just needs some peace and quiet. I'm sorry, Tom. Your life is just too exciting for me.
What was that about?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, after all this, she dumped me because my life's too exciting for her.
Wait a minute. She just signed a book and a movie deal? And your life's too exciting.
Hey, tough break, Van Dusen. You know, she gave me the same kind of lip, but not quite so publicly.
Tell me, Mr. Catlett, have you ever thought about taking charge of empowering your life?